Hello, welcome aboard again today, my wonderful viewers. So from what we are going to be looking at today is a question from one of my wonderful follower, a wonderful subscriber, who is asking this very simple question. Though it appears very simple, but one thing I want you to really take note of is most of us have this kind of illusion or thoughts about DJ scratches, especially when it comes to combining it with scratching and playing. So scratching and playing is one of the integral part of DJing that you cannot run away from. So to scratch and to play are two different actions. So these two actions takes place side by side. So they cannot take place simultaneously at the same time. So it's either the deck is on, for you to scratch, it means the deck must be on pause. So this invariably means these two songs that are, these two beats that are currently playing now, if you want to scratch, it means one of them will stop. That is why I've just stopped one of the deck now. I cannot be scratching while the song is actually moving at that normal pace. So your ability to understand that these two actions are totally different, but your ability to combine them, just I'm talking about combination this time around from my last video, your ability to combine them at the appropriate time is what will really make it very interesting. So when you don't really pay attention to that careful difference, you will think they are the same. They are not the same. For you to scratch, the deck must stop before you can be able to move it around, and these scratches can come either from the mouse like this or from keyboard. So it can be from the mouse or keyboard for the case of the virtual DJ, or it can be a scratch DNA. That is the DNA scratch. That's what I'm going to show. I've talked about it before, I'll still look at it again. So most of the time, the one that usually scratch when the song is playing is the scratch DNA. And even at that, it doesn't give you that very nice feel of the scratch the way you want it. You get to enjoy it when one deck is playing and then the deck you're about to scratch is different. That is where you get to see that interesting part of scratches. That is why a lot of people will continue to be asking you questions that how can I scratch and play, how to scratch and play, how to scratch and play. The question is one of the most asked questions on the internet, especially when it comes to DJ.
Not be juju be that.
But that little difference is what is confusing a lot of people. So imagine these two beats, this beat that is currently playing now. If I want to scratch, it means I have to stop this very deck that is playing. I have to stop it, either through pause or whatsoever means. That is why for those of you who use the controller, you notice that when you are about to scratch, you first pause the deck. So you do it so fast that the people that are listening to it might not really notice it. And then for the case of the virtual DJ, or there are two different ways you can do the scratch actually. You can do it either from the same deck that is playing or from a completely different deck. This means this very same deck that is playing, I can pause it and start scratching on it, then allow the song to play again. Or I can come back to this deck that is completely off, it's not playing, then I continue to do my scratch. And one unique way of doing this thing to make it looks more entertaining is when this deck that is playing, you mute the sound. You are not stopping the song, but the song is actually playing, but this very one does the scratches. Then you allow the scratch of this one to overshadow this song that is playing at a particular point in time. That is why you see the concept of playing with the crossfader is always there. We are going to run a test now. You are going to see what I'm talking about now. I'm going to put the volume on high, then just pay attention. You will notice something. Now the active deck is currently playing. It will remain playing, then the other deck I'm going to be scratching with it and playing it. You get to see it how I do it. It's so fast that you might not really notice it, but you think they are the same action. They are not the same. Two different keys does the job. We have the scratch here, and I have my Q_play that does it. That is letter L. Don't worry, I'm going to show the mapping demonstration first. Get to see how fast my fingers move to measure that these two actions work side by side, looks as if it's scratch. It's not scratch and play. Yes, it's actually scratch and play based on how you think. When it comes to programming the device, it's not really scratch and play. You scratch, then you execute the action of the play. Let's get into the system to see it. So you now get to see the deck and now playing simultaneously at the same BPM, at same bit rate and everything. They are both moving side by side. So that is it. I've scratched this very deck. This deck is playing. I've scratched this very deck and then drop it. Most of the time, the best way DJ is scratch and drop. That is what they call it. Scratch and drop. That is the actual name for the DJ world. Most of us who are still new to the system, not very conversant with the workings of the system. See it as scratch and play. It's actually scratch and drop. So the drop can either be the playing deck, or in the situation where you completely mute the former deck that is playing. So that is what I just did. So let's get to see the mapping. I've said so much about it. It's already in the description box. This is letter L, the forward and backward scratch, and then the combination of the control and letter L, which does the stab scratch. Then you have your J, which is the play. Look at it, I have Q_play here. That is it. So it gives me the opportunity to constantly do the scratches, drop the song, and on and off. That is why I use Q_play. By the time I hold it for long, it just plays the song continuously. So that is it. So thanks for being there. We are going to be looking at more things as time goes on. If you have any question, please let me know. Just as this individual raises his concern, I'm going to be addressing it as time goes on. Thank you very much for being there. Let's enjoy it now.